into my arms. "Your family loves strange animals. Take this one and give it a good home before I broil him." I peeked into the box. Inside was a gray ball of fur. The terrified animal was curled up, and it shook slightly every time Mrs. Diamond spoke. I wondered what the poor little creature had done to incite her wrath. Then again, it didn't take much to set off Mrs. Diamond. "What kind of animal is it?" I'd need to know more about it so we could properly care for it. Given how round and fluffy it was, I assumed a fat rabbit. She sniffed. "I don't know and I don't care. This thing was a pet in my grandson's classroom. He was so excited to wrestle with this little monster until it bit him." She shook her head. "The teacher had the gall to insist that Ralphie was being too rough with it. But I know better." I stared into the box. Wrestling seemed a bit much to me, as well. No one wrestled rabbits. It would be cruel. Mrs. Diamond huffed. "I had the school remove it from the classroom. As a prominent member of the school board, I insisted that they exterminate the beast immediately. We settled on rehoming it instead, unfortunately." Harsh. "Is that it? He just bit someone who was playing a little too rough?" It's not like the poor creature was a vampire. All animals tend to lash out when threatened. I guess our neighbor, Donna Diamond, was no different. Mrs. Diamond stared at me with venom. "This monster drew blood from my grandson. It has to go. If you won't take it, I'll bring it to the pound where they'll certainly put it down." "That's okay, I'll take it from here. You and your grandson have nothing to worry about." Without a word, she turned and marched down our long driveway. I didn't want to disturb the creature, so I carried it gently up the driveway. The enchanted house opened the front door for me, since my hands were full. Then the door slammed shut and locked itself to avoid any more unwanted visitors. "What's this?" Kit asked when I reached the kitchen. My older sister's cheeks were pink from exertion. She'd been keeping busy since her recent assignment ended. Kit worked as a special agent for Hex Support. Only a select few knew about this top-secret branch of the Federal Bureau of Magic. In fact, most FBM agents had never heard of it. I put the cardboard box on the counter. "Mrs. Diamond brought us a new sanctuary animal. Apparently, it was so evil it bit her grandson one time. She's treating it like Hannibal Lecter." We peered into the box. The ball of fur had stopped shuddering. It began to unfurl, revealing big round ears, a squirrel-like tail, and 4 tiny feet. "It's a chinchilla," Kit said. "Poor little guy is terrified. I'll have to find out what they eat before I go." Kit looked from the box back to me. "Don't worry about it, Elizabeth. There are other people in this house who can look up information, albeit not as well as you can, Miss Book Witch." She smiled at me. "Just focus on getting ready for your trip." "Thanks, Kit." It had been years since I'd seen my friend, Wendy. We were thick as thieves in college, but we'd lost touch since graduation. After Kit arranged for me to leave Dark Hollow, the first thing I wanted to do was reconnect with my college BFF. Wendy now lived in Salem, Massachusetts with her family. Not only would I be catching up with an old friend, but I was also excited to explore Salem's witchy history. I ascended the spiral staircase with my eyes downcast, as usual. I always felt a little uncomfortable when I passed the portraits of our ancestors that hung above the banister. Most of the Fairfield witches had severe expressions in the paintings, especially Anastasia, whose portrait I refused to even glance at. I felt like I was being judged every time I went upstairs. When I reached the top of the staircase, I realized I'd been holding my breath and gasped for fresh air. Try as I might to accept my legacy as a powerful Fairfield witch, it never got easier. Maybe this trip would help break me out of my comfort zone. After